I just spoke to one of the country's major exorcists, and he's dressed casually, you'll see, because we met as friends for lunch. But I asked him about all these people who claim to have visions of Mary and Jesus and so forth, and he was telling me that some of those people are possessed.
Here with Monsignor Stephen Rossetti, major exorcist in the Washington, D.C. area. And I wanted to ask him about people who have visions of the Virgin Mary or maybe Jesus, saints and so forth. It seems that sometimes during exorcisms, people you're exorcising also have visions, don't they?
It's very common. What we found that someone who's possessed, the demons will use false visions to try to derail them or drag them into error. So we tell them the basic rule is, if you're possessed, if you have some extraordinary mystical experience, regardless of what you think it is, it might be Jesus or Mary, whatever, we're going to assume it's demonic and dismiss it. Which is critical, because the rule of thumb is, if in the midst of a possession case, if you have some sort of spiritual life, the demons will try to mislead you and they will give you a false vision. So beware of that.
So this is something that's frequent. It's not just a rarity.
Yeah, very frequent, and we've seen it again and again. We've got several big cases right now, and essentially all of them have gone through that. And if they latch on to these false experiences, then the demons kind of drag them, and they get worse. They get more possessed. So we warn them, and they're in spiritual direction too. So we have them guided through this.
If you could just offhandedly guesstimate, what percent of people who you're doing exorcisms on would have these type of experiences, these mystical, religious experiences?
Well, I would say someone who's fully possessed, not the slightly possessed or those who have obsessions, but the fully possessed people. I would say if they really do try to live a spiritual life, daily prayer and that sort of thing, pretty much all of them at some point, the demons will try to mislead them with false spiritual pride, false knowledge, false visions.
And sometimes they probably come up with accurate information.
Well, they do. The demons try to do that, and we call it occult knowledge. Sometimes the demons will give them a knowledge of real things to try to lure them into a relationship with the demons.
And recently, I think you said you have a case where the demon or demons knew your nickname.
They did, right? We call that occult knowledge. That's one of the major signs of a possession, is when someone knows things about something, occult knowledge, that they shouldn't know, that they got it from the demons. And typically, what they'll tell them something about the exorcist.
With those cases where people you're exorcising have visions that are religious, have they nearly fooled you on occasion?
Well, we reject them. Basically, we tell them if you're possessed, we dismiss them. I don't care how valid you think it is. So we just dismiss them.
Do you think there may be some that were valid? Or there was an intercession?
Possible. But the Lord will guide them in His grace, whatever. He doesn't need to do that. You know what I mean? You don't need to have that. Just trust in Jesus, pray, and the Lord will liberate you.
And for us regular people, if we run into somebody, not possessed, but somebody who claims to be having visions, locutions, apparitions, what do you suggest as a way of discerning that?
Well, I think there's a lot of false visions today, especially more so today, I think, than other times. We're always having some, but a lot more today. We've got to be cautious. What I suggest you do is that you be obedient to the church. If the church says, yes, this is okay, fine. Lourdes, Fatima, Guadalupe, the church has approved those versions. But if the church does not approve it, then I would shy away from it.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Michael, God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.